Hey, what's going on out there? I'm Sean Devine. Hope you all are doing well. Today's video, we are going to be talking about mixing with headphones. We're going to answer your frequently asked questions. But before we get into that, I've got a fun giveaway for you guys. Sennheiser has sent over a pair of limited edition HD 25 headphones in celebration of 75 years of Sennheiser. Also got a swag bag from Sennheiser. There's a lanyard, there's a coffee mug down there as well. So shout out to Sennheiser for providing that. I will tell you how to win those HD25 limited edition headphones at the end of the video, so stay tuned to that. But let's go ahead and dive in here. The first question is, can you effectively mix on headphones with professional results? You can get professional results, so that's short answer. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. But you have to consider all the things that we're about to cover in the following questions here. The second question I get a lot is, what is better for mixing, open back headphones or closed back headphones? So I've got the DT770s here. These are closed back. These are open back. These are the HD650, the Allo Audio S4, which is an open back, and then the ones on my head, which are the Atom Audio SP5. Now, if you are recording or tracking, or you don't want to disturb those around you, then open back is not really an option at all for you. Closed back is going to have these sealed cups here, so you don't have that exiting while you're mixing or recording or whatever. So definitely a necessity if you're going to be tracking and recording. If you're looking for, just one pair of headphones to both record and mix with, then you're going to be looking for a closed back to give you that versatility. Otherwise, if you get an open back headphone, you're going to be using those for mixing, mastering, whatever, and then you're going to need a second pair of closed back for your recording. So let's just talk about sonically the differences between a closed back and an open back headphone. So closed back tend to have a more exaggerated low end, and this is not the case for every headphone for the most part, just because you've got this isolation and you've got the driver that's, all that pressure is just coming straight into your eardrum. It tends to give you a different perspective of the low end versus an open back headphone. Having that closed back response can help you hear the low end better, but it's not necessarily going to help you to make better mix judgments. For me, having an accurate open back is less of a learning curve, especially when you first start mixing on a pair of headphones. You don't have to go through that period of learning how that low end is really responding. You can just get something that is already pretty close to, listening on an accurate set of monitors. You can still compensate with a pair of closed back or open back if you just know how they're going to translate. And you also reference a lot of different music on those headphones and just know their sound. Another really common question that I get, and this is a great question because it is important to the health of your ears as well, but it's, what is the optimal level for monitoring on headphones while mixing? It's going to vary depending on, which headphone you're using. Some of them are going to require more power to, really drive them and get a full frequency response. The volume of your headphones should be relatively quiet start to finish. I rarely ever am going to turn up my headphones really loud, especially when mixing. We talk about ear fatigue. It's very, very real, and more so in headphones, especially closed back headphones. So if you turn it up for a short amount of time, you're already going to, cause fatigue for your ear, and then you're not able to make accurate mixing decisions. And also, guys, hearing loss is real. I've heard from a lot of you on the channel when I've covered this topic who have suffered from things like tinnitus and all kinds of things that require medical attention because you were listening too loud. I've been guilty of that in the past. Just to give you an idea in terms of a numeric value, I keep my headphones at around minus 30 dB, and that's the measurement in terms of the control for the headphone output. Just to give you an idea, again, that's going to vary depending on kind of how you're measuring things, but that's not very loud. All right, next question is, do you need an amplifier or quality DAC to get the most out of your headphones while mixing? If you've ever plugged your favorite headphones into, say your laptop directly into that headphone output or on your computer, you noticed that the quality of the sound coming out of your headphones was not where it is with, an interface. And also the power's not there. So when you plug some of these that are a little more power hungry into your computer, your laptop, without a quality interface or a DAC, then you can turn them up really loud and they don't really get loud at all. Now, just to give you an example, I have this Rode interface, the AI1, which this is like a $200 interface, maybe less than that, but it has a dedicated headphone output on it. And when I use this with any of these headphones, it sounds monumentally better than just coming straight out of my laptop. So just to tell you that, having an amplifier, a quality headphone amplifier output definitely makes a difference. And you don't need necessarily a dedicated, headphone amplifier. The headphone output that's built into your interface these days, for the most part, is going to be monumentally better, and it's going to be more than you need. So there's going to be a subtle difference between like the headphone output on this interface versus, the RME or maybe a dedicated headphone amp, but it's not going to be one that's going to hinder you from getting a great mix. Next question, and this is a common misconception. I see a lot of discussion about this out there about monitors in general, that they need to have a flat frequency response, completely flat. So there's a number of different factors involved with how your ears, not mine, personally hear and respond to different frequencies. You don't ideally want, an overly hyped headphone. So you don't want something that has crazy low end and bass enhanced to the point where you're not able to make accurate mixing decisions. You don't want, grossly exaggerated brightness. Regardless of what the frequency response is of any of these headphones, the key is to learn the frequency response and know how they translate outside of your environment on those headphones. So to other speakers and for other listeners, the most important factor is just to learn that and then train your ears to make educated decisions accordingly about the mix. And that's all you need to do. You don't need to worry about having a completely flat response. I'm going to put some personal recommendations for, these headphones, the headphones I'm using. I get a lot of questions from you guys just wondering what I think would be a best decision for you there. So check that out. But just some thoughts on mixing with headphones overall. I'm not here to tell you that you can't mix completely on headphones. You certainly can. I do it in my videos. You guys see the tutorials. I would prefer to be mixing on monitors, speakers, but it's a great reference to have the headphones, and just knowing that there's a ton of people out here who are listening on headphones. If you're mixing with headphones, but you're still curious about, mixing with monitors, maybe you want to have just an extra pair as a resource, I would highly recommend it. And even for those of you with untreated rooms, you can still have, like a 5-inch monitor, and it gives you, again, another additional reference. And I think that that's the key here with mixing, is it's not so much about what you're mixing on, it's just learning that if it's headphones, and then also having other references. If you're mixing with headphones, you should be going out to the car, you should be listening on your, computer monitor, your TV, earbuds, your phone. It's all about utilizing all those different references and then learning how everything's translating. All right, guys, so those are your questions answered. Hope that's helpful. If I didn't answer something, leave a comment below, or if you have comments to add to some of these questions, I would love to hear them. So let's get into the giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If you want a chance to win these limited edition HD25 headphones celebrating 75 years of Sennheiser, all you have to do is click the link below, put in your contact information. I'm not sharing any of it. It's strictly so I know how to get in touch with you. If you are a winner, put that in there, leave a comment on the video, and you're entered. That's it. I will pick a winner in 2 weeks' time, and I'll post it on this video in the description. If you learned anything in the video, please like, subscribe, and consider sharing. We'll talk to you soon.